I think the crypto market is about to go absolutely insane over the next few months. But if you're asking me, which coin do I think has the best risk to reward ratio over the very short term, it would have to be Ethereum. And so today, I'm actually buying a significant amount more of ETH. And it's not because right now we're getting ourselves the absolute best price, but because I've changed my strategy up a little bit. On the one hand, I've bought these Ethereum automated strategy bots that basically make me dollars as the Ethereum price goes up and down. On the opposite side, I've got a new strategy that hopefully will make me more ETH as I put in ETH. And that's exactly what I want to cover today. The two different strategies that I've got, how I'm using both of them to optimize both my dollars and my ETH, and why I do it the automated way with no effort of my own. It's all algorithmic trading, and how it can be so profitable, how it can be so huge. You'll see everything as the video progresses. So as you guys know, I've been talking about buying the ETH dip for a bit, right? I just bought the XRP dip. I talked about it, and we also bought ourselves some more ETH very recently here. Because I basically said every single time ETH gets back to this purple box, I want to be buying some more coins. And right now we are slightly below it, sure, like a few percent above it, maybe like 4% or so. But I don't think that in the grand scheme of things, it matters that much. And I still just want to set up my strategies for the longer term, as ETH still relatively is quite low here. So what were my current strategies? Well, if I take a little bit of a look and look at my bots that I've got running, ETH is one of the most profitable ones I've had over the past few months, right? You can see right here, it's literally top tier out of all of them, but it's not enough. And what I mean with that is I personally think I can optimize this even more. And if we take a look at the bottom here and I go to all my bots, I've got two different sorts. On the one hand, if I scroll down a little bit, just quickly find the 30K ETH bot. I've got $30,000 times 5, so about $150,000 worth of an ETH bot here. It's generated us about 13% worth of grids. This is basically what it's been able to cash out based on Ethereum's volatility over the past 52 days. On a yearly basis, that means we double our money, right? 100% gains over a year just on Ethereum's volatility alone. And since we opened this at 3K-ish, we actually opened only 20K worth and we added later at a higher price. And right now it's 4,400. You can see we're also up $23,000 or so just on the Ethereum price rising. But the grid profits are the nicest part. However, that was first of all my strategy. Later on, I realized, hey, I could actually do it differently as well. I can also open these Ethereum coin margin futures. And what they are is you open it in ETH. So I put 0.5 ETH in. And right now it is up 0.1 ETH. So I've made Ethereum by holding Ethereum, by letting the bot automatically trade Ethereum to just stack Ethereum. How crazy is that, right? So what I decided to do is just, what I'm basically going to do now over the next few days here is just grab Ethereum from all these different platforms that I've had it on and insert more into my trading bot. In this case here, I've set a range for where I think it should be trading at, with the lower bound in this case being about 30, I'm going to have to put it a bit more accurately, about $3,350. There we go. As the bottom of the range to where I wanted to basically buy, right? I wanted to put 3,348, but 3,350 sounds a bit easier. It will automatically adjust like a few cents. That's still at where I wanted to buy. On the upside, I think all the way towards 6,000 is actually not that stupid of an idea. And the main reason I keep it open towards the upside more is because this is, again, with the idea in mind that this is where the run goes absolutely crazy. And the moment it breaks 5,000, the thing's going to be quite quick. However, this is adjustable. Relatively, I think if you put 5,000 at the top of the range, I don't think that's really too bad of a spot either. Because if we take a look at this whole debacle here, the only problem I've got is that if we go from these prices all the way towards like 5,000, relatively, it's just a very, very quick move for ETH, right? This could happen in like a day or 2 days because it's only up 14%. Whereas 6,000, the moment that it sparks that gain, first of all, it's like more along the lines of like 40%. But also, I just wanted to keep some leeway towards the top, which is why I put 6, even though theoretically speaking, 5,000 could have been, a little bit more accurate for shorter term trading. But I want to keep this open for a long time. So I chose here about 489 grids, and I'm basically putting in 5 ETH with 5 times leverage. I just quickly purchased 5 ETH to put it. So that means about 25 ETH or so after leverage. But here comes the kicker. It is only buying about 40% of the position. Oh, actually, it's only buying about 60% of the position in ETH, keeping 40% of the position in stablecoin. This is basically to buy that dip and get me more and more ETH. So it still actually has got a good chunk left over. So the long right now is only about 10 ETH worth. So like I said, I wanted to buy about 25 ETH worth, right? It's only 10, but relatively, the fact that I only put in 5 and it's still acting as 10, I think is quite nice because I just sold 5 ETH for it and now I'm actually buying back 10 with the potential of buying 25. I think that's definitely along the lines of what I thought was comfortable. Liquidation about 33.70. I can of course lower this by adding more ETH, and I think that's fine because my original plan was to have 25 ETH and I'm only buying 10. So I'm basically playing my game, a lot smaller than I originally wanted to. So in this case, we've got everything set. We know exactly from where we want it to be trading. We have 5 times leverage on 5 ETH. We press OK. And again, this may not be the exact perfect price. It may not be the perfect of the perfect, but relatively, it does not matter. Why? If we go back to the coin margin bots, yes, you'll see that some of them are trading at a loss right now as we speak. For example, Dogecoin is sitting at a bit of a loss. Bitcoin is sitting at a bit of a loss. But consider, over the past 44 days, Bitcoin has gone from 118,000, where I started at, to 111. Fun fact, you see, it was able to cash out 7.5% in these month and a half, and the trend P&L is down a little bit. That's because the price went down. It's kind of funny how we're almost not even at a loss, even though Bitcoin is down like 7,000 since I opened it, because of the volatility and because of it cashing out all the time. And that's kind of what I want with ETH as well. Even if ETH goes down from here, because of the system I've set up, theoretically speaking, it's still supposed to just cash out over time and just keep increasing either my ETH position in total or just keep increasing the grid profits. That it's more important, in my opinion, to just get a position in rather than being too accurate with where you started because of the way it's making money on volatility anyway. And because at the end of the day, I've got both sides of the coin covered now. On the one hand, I've got just a dollar ETH bot that's making me money as ETH's price gets volatile. By looking through, you can see our main watts right here and how good it's been doing over the past few months, right? It's almost never been at a loss because ETH just went crazy. But that's also a funny thing. If I scroll through to my earlier ETH bot, if I can quickly find it somewhere along these, let's quickly scroll through. It should be right here. Here you can see I opened this with very little amounts of money. It's only a few $1,000 bot, 1,500 times 5. But I opened this because the ETH price went crazy that day, plus 20%. And fun fact, even though it went from 1,700 to 2,100 that day, I still opened up at 2,100 and it never went back into a loss. And it made me realize sometimes it's better to just get some position going, even if it's small, with the idea of buying the dip, which again, I can still also do with my 5 ETH here. If the market goes down very, very hard, even though we already cashed at once, you can see we already did 2 rounds here. We've already cashed at about 0.000, a lot of zeros, 1 ETH. So it's not too much money per time, but you can see it's already been able to buy and sell. It's already been able to buy and sell throughout the minute here that I've been talking about it. It was already generating us some sort of yield. So from that angle, is it not worth it, right? And that's what I've been asking myself, to get more of these positions in with the ETH I've got laying dormant anyway? My answer was, yeah, I should probably do a lot more of that, which is why, since ETH is one of my most exciting coins for this season, I just started up one here. I will probably be adding significantly more over the next few days, depending, of course, on what the price does. If the price comes down crashing hard, it's a bit nicer to enter. But theoretically speaking, even if the price goes up, I could probably just keep compounding this, keep going crazier. And if you want to copy it, like I always tell you every single day, there's links for everything down below. Like right now, the platform I'm doing this on is called Payonix. There's a link right there. And you get also a bonus for signing up. But if you want a more bonus, there's always a second link right there, which is like a deposit bonus that you can always claim. But I'll say there's a third thing. Right now, there's also a competition going on where we're giving away about $5,000 over the next week or so. All you got to do is sign up with the link down below. The competition is completely 100% free. And by basically joining, if you open a bot of at least $100, you might win, depending on how good you are. But the competition is not that fierce. Like the person that's still winning $100 right now is only up 4% or so. So from that angle, if you just make a bot right now, there's a pretty good chance you're going to win at least $100. The competition is not really fierce right now because not that many people have joined. Which is why I keep saying, if this is something for you, right now, risk-reward-wise is the best moment ever to enter. And if you want more tips, if you're looking for a community, I'm building a trading community out. So that means over in Discord, I'm right now slowly but surely going to get more and more people in here who are focused on bot trading, that are going to either share their results, share their best bots, share their thoughts, all that. And hopefully people can discuss their settings and all that. I was thinking first by putting it behind a paywall or something, but I don't want to do that ever. I told y'all before, I don't like paywalls at all. But the problem sometimes, and maybe you will not believe me, but when I say it, just please, hopefully you understand my thoughts. If you give things for free, which are to some people too good to be true, they don't really value it, or they think, whatever. When in reality, I've told you before, I think a lot of people would pay thousands of dollars for this information, which I'm sharing here for free, and I want to, because at the end of the day, there's no harm in me. I think it can help a lot of people, and it's really freaking cool. But you have to understand how valuable it is. And especially this community, I really want to make it like a tight-knit thing. I want to have cool people in there who are actually actively trying to make their bots better, actively trying to grow with this method, because it's just that good. Again, it actually makes that sound too much every time I refresh it. But yeah, it's been really amazing. I wanted to share that journey here. I'm not sure if it's already done a third round now. You can see how it's going, right? And very often after I post a video, all of a sudden the price starts tanking and people are laughing at me. But the fun fact is that a lot of them, even if they were at a loss for a while, they get back up greater than ever over time. Same for the 10K to a million challenge. A lot of people are probably laughing at it right now thinking, Dusty, you're a freaking fool. But remember, we started with 10K, right? Right now it's at 42. Sure, the trend is down because we averaged in pretty high, but just give it a few weeks, give it a few months. Slowly but surely, these grids will also catch up and it's going to look amazing over time. And again, all the rest of the positions, they're still doing pretty good. My ETH here is still doing pretty nicely. We put $130,000 in, acting as 400,000. We're up about 90-something thousand on it. Still not that much. I want it to be a few $100,000. But for that, I also have to just buy more ETH and not be a little bit of a baby. But I'm thinking it's better, perhaps, if I just start stacking ETH in these bots as well, to have kind of like both sides. On the one hand, make a lot of dollars. On the other hand, just make more ETH. Because both are nice and both can be true at the same time. But I'll probably also be adding another good chunk to my main ETH bot, which is the 30K one. I've lost it somewhere in the sauce here. Let's quickly find it again. The main ETH bot is the 30K ETH bot that I just showed you. I want to add a significant amount more into that one as well, just because I think having ETH exposure at this point, specifically because it's been one of the most volatile coins over the past few months, is a really valuable thing. And so, yeah, most likely you'll see. I already went from 10K to 20, from 20 to 30. Right now, we'll probably go from 30 to 50. Times 5, meaning about a $250,000 bot. But relatively, I think this is going to be one of my best performing ones. It already has, though. When you look at the numbers, where's the list? It already has done some pretty crazy numbers, but it could be even crazier. So, yeah. Anyway, ETH, I think, is one of the best coins right now. This is my strategy. Where do I see ETH going this season? I see ETH going above $10,000 a coin pretty easily. I don't think it's going to even be that difficult. Will it happen within a snap? I still think so. I still think that many people are fading the move towards 5K, which is how they'll also fade the move from 5 to like 10, which can really happen quite quickly. And the fun fact is, CZ also just said, don't sell that freaking dip. I'm looking at ETH here on the side. I'm looking at it just now, looking at it. I'm thinking, man, all I got to do is just lock in, right? And just, theoretically speaking, just keep buying more like I always say. Here, our ETH trade over on Bybit. I only put $10,000 in, and it's also up like $63.5 thousand. We bought it a few weeks back over in June, as you can see right here. But fun fact, I guess we DCA'd this because my average price is actually above where I bought recently at the 2,500 range or 2,200 range or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, still pretty good. Still fun to look at always. BTC, $3,000 in. We're up 30,000 on that. Doge right there, $1,000 in, only up 13,000 on that. There's a few more interesting ones amongst them. Solana, I didn't know I had a Solana position. It's only 35,000, but we're up 10K on that as well. I didn't even know I had that. And then, of course, the XRP, the goated position. I always think this is one of the coolest ones. I'm not sure if you can actually see it right now. I have to go up a little bit. The tab is not moving properly. Okay, you can't. Oh, I could do it like this. Anyway, there's one more XRP position at the bottom here, which for some, oh, there you go. You can see right there. We put 1,000 in. It's up about $60,000. So all good, all good, all good. But yeah, I think ETH will actually outshine most of these. I might have to give it some time, but it's from a risk reward perspective, one of the juiciest plays, meaning there's just not as much downside in ETH, especially since the freaking president's campaign is focusing so hard on it. So I'm going a bit crazier than maybe some people would like, but I think it will all be worth it in the end. I just wanted to quickly share my thoughts, my strategy, my plan. All I'm doing is just adding more to this ETH bot right now, but I'm going to diversify 50-50. On the one hand, I want to keep some ETH, so I want to make sure it's in coin margin bots, which again, the idea is get more ETH. On the other hand, I'm putting it in just dollar denominated bots to just get me more dollars based on ETH's volatility. I'm doubling things up. If you want to join, like I said, links are down below. You can also join Discord and hopefully learn more in there. That's about it for this little crypto update.